You're watching the Base to Pickle Show.
Welcome to the Base to Pickle Show, everyone. I'm Uncle Muggs coming to you from the Miami studios today. Raul de Castro is up in Weston.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Base to Pickle Show. We can't wait to share with you everything we've done this season.
So this was our first season on the air on YouTube. We filmed over 25 episodes. We did over 75 interviews, and we generated over 20 hours of content in this, our first season on the air with Base to Pickle.
I mean, we traveled across Florida. We went global. We went to Medellin, Colombia. We talked to, Carlos in Cuba. Uncle Muggs, you even went to Scotland to find pickleball players.
We did. We traveled all across the world, all over Florida, bringing you some interesting interviews and some fun topics from all over Florida. And we're going to do it again next season. But on this episode today, you want to stay tuned and watch because we're going to recap almost all 25 of those episodes and a whole lot more. Stick with us, folks. Again, we appreciate the likes and the subscriptions. We're going to be here for the remainder of the day. We're going to bring you some live action interviews and a whole lot more fun right here from Pickleplex in Punta Gorda. Your host, Raul de Castro, and you're on Base to Pickle. Welcome back to the Base to Pickle Show, everyone. You're going to want to stick around to the end of this show. We're going to be giving away 2 Potenza paddles to players that were at the Midsummer Tournament in Tamarac.
That was our tournament, Uncle Muggs, that we hosted at the Woodmont Country Club with our friend Pedro. That was an amazing event. It was hot, but everyone had such a great time. I remember, Uncle Muggs, the singles players, they just kept playing and playing. And I remember Bruno, him coming up to our booth and saying, "Oh, it's hot. It's hot." It was a great event.
There was some great tournaments. Let's talk about tournaments. This year, our friends over at Candela, they put together their first tournament at DITA called the Magic City Challenge.
That was such a good event. I also liked the Big 5 Club event with Cosmo Tires and our friends over there.
We also did something really special for Demi and Danny Espinoza with Top Level. Ernie has a huge heart, and he puts together great events at an awesome venue called the Big 5 Club. So let's talk about some of the international people that we talked to. We even did an episode in Spanish, Raul.
We certainly did. That was interesting because from, changing from English to Spanish, which, yeah, you and I speak Spanish, but it's not like we speak Spanish.
So this show has really taken off and gone international. We talked to people from all over the world, including Ed, Medellin, Colombia.
Who else did we talk to, Uncle Muggs?
Howard Castillo and his brother that were having an online presence and a pickleball club in Dublin, Ireland. We also spoke to Daniel Deza from Puerto Rico. We also had a great conversation with the largest online pickleball publication called The Dink.
We had Alina Leon Tarakis on the show, and she shared a wealth of knowledge of her interviewing people in the pickleball world, and she shared what the Dink is doing with, shipping different bags with goodies to everyone. I think that's a great concept.
And one of my favorite episodes had to be with a former baseball player who is now a commentator for the APP, PPA, ESPN, and even CBS Sports.
Dominic Catalano. He was a great interview. I mean, a former baseball player. You got to love it.
We're going to have a recap of a whole bunch more episodes and have some fun here on our season-ending episode number 25 on the Base to Pickle Show. So stay tuned, everyone.
Don't be shy. Wave high.
It's all about players at the NPC Championships.
Welcome back to the Base to Pickle Show, everyone. You're going to want to stick around to the end of this show. We'll be giving away 2 Potenza paddles to a lucky winner who was a player of the Midsummer Tournament that we held in Tamarac.
Yes, there will be 2 lucky winners to win a Potenza paddle, Uncle Muggs. And we had that tournament at Tamarac at the Woodmont Country Club at the DTI Training Center. Pedro over there has a fantastic facility that we all enjoyed.
Let's continue with the recap show where we're going over all the episodes of season 1 on the Base to Pickle show. Like I mentioned earlier, Raul and I were very fortunate to meet a lot of interesting people in the pickleball space this year. Raul, amongst those people, we met a couple of really interesting authors, and they wrote some books, and one of them was Bob Savard. Do you remember him?
I do. I remember Bob Savard. He was amazing. He's, like 80 years old. He's got books that he's written. He is still coaching, Uncle Muggs, up in Delray Beach area, I believe.
Another author, his name was Carl Landau. We got to meet a lot of interesting people. We went to a few ribbon cuttings, but none of them is more memorable than the time that we spent with Chairman Oliver Gilbert at the Orange Blossom Classic this year.
Yeah, that was such a fun event. You know, it was their very first one. So, there was a whole bunch of people just everywhere wanting to play, and we definitely played.
It's great to see the passion that Chairman Gilbert has for pickleball. And you guys got along really good, Raul. You were playing pickleball with him almost all day.
Yeah, I mean, he just wanted to play. I thought we were just going to hit the ball around, but he's like, Raul, get 2 more people. Bring them over. Let's keep playing. So he's all about pickleball. So I can't wait to get more pickleball going at the Miami-Dade parks.
All right, we couldn't do this show without the support of some of our partners. So let's talk about them really quickly. One of them is Kevin Perkins, and the other one is our boy from Raw Pickleball.
Yeah, Raw Pickleball has supported the channel, always posting, bringing up brand new paddles and his really, really cool designs. And Kevin Perkins, you mentioned, from Crown Pickleball. We love Crown Pickleball because, like we say, Crown Pickleball loves South Florida. So Kevin Perkins, keep doing what you're doing. Send balls all around South Florida because we want to keep buying and supporting Crown Pickleball.
All right, Raul. So amongst the interesting people that we spoke to this year, one of them stood out. His name was Alex Wadsworth. Do you remember him? He's putting on the convention over in Central Florida, and he also has a pickleball court in his front yard.
Yeah, that's actually going to be in Tampa, Uncle Muggs. And he says that's going to be the biggest pickleball convention ever. We've attended a couple other ones, and we heard about the one in Vegas, but he says this one's going to be even bigger. I mean, he's talking about having a dating area for folks that want to be other folks and maybe have a date.
Very interesting. Another interesting gentleman, and we want to thank him for being a part of the show. He's been a correspondent of ours. He travels the world promoting pickleball, and he's truly a pickleball ambassador. I want to give a shout out to our friend Johnny Pickles.
Nurse, I don't feel good. What can you give me?
Looks like you're going through pickleball withdrawal. Okay, I'm going to prescribe for you to watch the Base to Pickle show.
If you want the best pickleball news in the world, you gotta check out the Base to Pickle show. Right, Rachel? Yep. Let's go! Woo!
Johnny Pickles. He, Uncle Muggs, is going to be attending Iowa for the senior event out there. I just saw him post about that, and I thought that was so cool. And, I think he's going to win that gold medal.
Well, I'll sure be rooting for Johnny Pickles. Another interesting person that we talked to here was Scott Van. Scott is another ambassador of pickleball. He travels the world promoting his Dink pickleball equipment. And there's so many other people that we're going to mention. And we might not get into a lot of detail, but amongst them was Nicholas Schultz. He talked to us about lighting. There was Brett Noel. I remember talking to Eric Daly about the cruise ships and the pickleball. Who was one of your favorites, Raul?
For me was, Kitchen Pickleball, Uncle Muggs. The bag. I mean, that is an incredible pickleball bag. I haven't found another pickleball bag like it. It is a bag that you can take on the plane and use it for overnight. Keep your pickleball paddle, your balls, everything has its own place, enough for your electronics while you're traveling. I mean, it's got it all, Uncle Muggs. I could not find a better pickleball bag.
Yes, and that's our friend Grub Bushio, and he's out of Utah, where it's a beautiful place to live and to work. So we talked to some other interesting people through the year. A gentleman by the name of Kenny Weinstein, and he had the quiet technology.
Mira, yo tuve una experiencia cuando recién empecé a jugar Pickleball hace 2 años y medio con otra marca. Cuando hice el switch a Potenza, de verdad que vi la diferencia.
Watch our inventory of past and current matches. There's all you need to know about local pickleball events in your area. We'll have some special guests from all around the pickleball community.
Welcome back to the Base to Pickle Show, everyone. And it's finally time to reveal who the two winners are of the Potenza paddles.
The first winner of the Midsummer Pickleball Tournament by Base to Pickle is Carmen Flores. Carmen Flores, congratulations. You will be contacted by Potenza Pickleball so you can choose your pickleball paddle.
All right, congratulations, Carmen. And now it's time for the second winner of the Midsummer Tournament raffle here on the Base to Pickle Show. And the name is?
The name is Felix Oliveras. Felix and Carmen, thanks again for joining us on the Midsummer Pickleball Tournament, brought to you by Base to Pickle at the DTI Training Center at the Woodmont Country Club. We had a fantastic time.
It was well worth sticking around to see who the winners are. If you didn't win, stay tuned. We'll have more tournaments like this in our next season of Base to Pickle. But before we let you go, we really want to reach out and thank everyone that took part in making this season of Base to Pickle, our first season, a great success. We did over 25 episodes. We compiled 75 interviews, and we generated 20 hours of content on our YouTube channel.
We sure did. And Uncle Muggs, we've got over 600 subscribers on our channel. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed to our channel, because without you, we can do what we do. We wouldn't have the energy or the passion that we do to do it. Thank you.
So we want to thank everybody that took part. I'm going to leave out a few names, but the ones that really stick out are the coaches, the people that really teach, people like Matt English that put tournaments together for Adaptive Sports Athlete. And tell us what you expect from the Base to Pickle Show next season.
Well, next season, Uncle Muggs, we expect to, again, talk to PPR, Julie Gilly, which we had on the show this year, to learn more about what they're doing and about what we all as pickleball players and coaches should look up to. We're also going to have some fresh events, Uncle Muggs, at a variety of locations, whether it's tournaments, duper events, but we want to feature you, the amateur player, because that's what this is all about. You, the amateur player, yes, of course, we're going to have pro athletes as well, but we want to engage with you, your everyday player, because that's what pickleball is all about. Everyone, not just the pros.
So you can expect a revamped Base to Pickle in season 2, but we're going to still bring you the great interviews, and we're going to bring the tournaments to the big screen so you can see yourself as the pickleball star.
Thank you for joining us once again, to our families for all the support, and again, all of you for joining us on the Base to Pickle Show.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. See you next season on the Base to Pickle Show.
And like we always say, pickleball is fun.
Pickleball is fun.
Let's play.
Let's play.